Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 31st. And this week we're just going to jump right in here, Virgo. Sorry, I wanted to get a good shuffle on that. But you have this celebration card. It says there will be a celebration in relation to your work. Love it. You also have this persistence card. Your persistence will pay off. Don't give up now. There you go. I think your persistence is paying off. Obviously, that could be why there is a celebration. And here you go. You literally start with the card of persistence. The Seven of Wands is a card of just like not giving up. He is defending his position here at the top of a hill. And, again, it's a card of persistence. There's kind of like two cards, in the tarot that represent kind of the same thing. The Nine of Wands also represents perseverance. Personally, I kind of feel like they both kind of represent persistence and perseverance for obvious reasons. But, for a lot of you, I feel that you could be overcoming something. Going this way, you have two sevens. Two sevens to me is a clue. To me, it represents that there could be some sort of fear that you need to overcome, or it could just say that you are overcoming a fear. Again, two sevens to me is internal fears that don't exist. So you could be kind of letting go of something. Yeah, this could be the fear of success here, Virgo. And I do feel a lot of people are feeling this. And damn, look at this. I love this card. This card says the miracles are endless. So, I feel like there are a lot of miracles, a lot of good things coming in for you. But again, you need to not be afraid of being successful. Again, I've worked with a lot of successful people, and I have found that a lot of them, when people become successful, they start making a lot of money, and then their immediate fear is like that they're going to lose it, right? So, I feel for a lot of you, if you're becoming more successful or if you're raising standards in your life, this is saying, of course you want to protect what you have earned and all that other good stuff, but don't be, worried about losing it. Putting those fears out there will just make you lose it. So, make sure to focus on the positive. I always like to tell people as well, it's like, if you've done it once, you can do it again. So, even if you lose everything, you can do it again. And again, I always say, as a person who's a professional failure, me, I can tell you, I've had to reinvent myself like so many times, it's not even funny. But I'm not saying this to brag, because trust me, it would be much better to have a story where every idea I have didn't fail, right? But again, it's like, I can tell you that you will be able to rebuild yourself. I promise. You have but nothing is going to happen anyway. You have the Eight of Swords, which is like, needing to set yourself free. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways of doing things. It is also funny to me that you go up to the Strength card here. Leo always gets the same message of needing to realize that there's like multiple ways of doing things, and that you don't only have to do anything in life, love, business, money, your health. You don't have to do anything only one way. You have to do it the best way for you. So, I feel that could be what this is talking about. You have the King of Wands here. I do feel there could be a King of Wands type person coming in for you. If you want love, you go up to this Queen of Cups here. So you've been getting a fire sign with me for a long time, and, it definitely could be a fire sign coming in for you if you're looking for love. This right here could be a little bit of an obstacle. Seven of Swords could say that you feel like someone in your past has lied to you, or has stolen from you, or cheated on you, or whatever the case may be. But the Seven of Swords has a solution. He has these polka dots all over his cloak, and the Seven of Swords literally can represent taking things too seriously. The polka dots in the tarot represent needing to lighten up, needing to have more fun, right? With the Seven of Wands, you have the Magician. Yeah, you literally, basically what I was saying, you have control over your own destiny at this time. You are the one that controls what enters into your life with the Ten of Pentacles. So as long as you keep your vibrations high, and as long as you don't focus on losing something that you feel like you have earned, then, I feel like you'll be able to easily maintain your successes. With the Eight of Swords, you have the World. One thing I will say about the Eight of Swords with the World is it is just kind of confirmation for the Eight of Swords, because the World says you have all the solutions of the world in your hands. And it's also Capricorn. The World has all the fixed signs: Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo on the outside of the card normally, but the World can represent Capricorn. And Capricorns are known for overcoming obstacles, or kind of overcoming things that they have to deal with. The other thing that I think people miss with Capricorn is that they're the sea goat. They're water and earth. They are both together. So sometimes I feel with the World, maybe it's not accurate tarot, but, I feel we have to mix kind of water and earth. We have to mix our intuition with action, or, things on earth. So, I feel like you have to open up to the solutions of the world. With the King of Wands, you have the, what is this? The Seven of Pentacles here. So 2 sevens again. 2 sevens this way, 2 sevens this way. It's like you're afraid of love and money, both going both directions. The Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction, so it literally says things are changing. The Hangman would represent gaining a new perspective. And one thing I will say is that it does, already, I've only done 4 readings this week so far, and already it seems like there is some sort of major perspective shift going on. Pretty much every single person I've read for, and usually when this happens, by the way, the reason I'm saying this is, when I notice it in like the first 4 signs, usually everybody else gets something about kind of like some sort of major perspective shift. So there could be just some sort of major shift in perspective. And again, these perspective shifts are a good thing because obviously it's going to lead to the Ten of Pentacles, good things. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this April card. It says a boost in your sex life, Easter, fertility, sex life, hope. You also have this card, what you work on now will be fruitful. I also just dropped this card. It says this year, growth inside fuels growth outside. You will reap what you have sown. Yes. So 2 really good cards of growth and things growing in your life. 2 really good cards of abundance as well. Rabbits to me definitely are symbols of abundance and also kind of taking big leaps forward. But I kind of feel that here, that you need to take a leap forward. You have the Strength card, the Seven of Swords, and the Hangman. Again, your perspective has changed on something. Could be the way you make money. Could be, I really feel it is the way you make money, by the way. I really don't think there's anything else going on here intuitively. I just feel it has to do with money. The perspective shift. Again, there's other stuff going on in the reading. I'm just saying, for a lot of you, this could be your finances. But the Hangman, it's like he needs to make the change. He has gained all the knowledge and wisdom, but if he doesn't, make the move, nothing is going to happen. I do feel a lot of people are in this holding pattern right now. This is why I always tell everybody to get started every single reading I do. And people always say, you keep saying the same thing. And I keep saying, then why haven't you started something new yet? It's like, get started. What are you waiting for? There is greatness just waiting for you to have it. I feel people need to realize that we're in a time where it's like, chances are you have learned everything you can from where you're at. So it's time for the evolution. I think that we are in a time of evolution. We're actually in a time of decay. I said it in like a reading a couple days ago that it's kind of like there's this idea of entropy that, things over time become more, more disorganized and, basically it's decaying. Things are decaying. And that's like the time that we're in. But if you're growing, then you're not decaying. So I keep encouraging people to, learn as much as you can right now. Don't stay stuck in old patterns, learn new patterns, things like that. You have the Seven of Swords. Really, you have 2 cards of tactics, the Eight of Swords and Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords, the solution to the Eight of Swords is to be tactical. It's to come up with different ways of doing things. He is being tactical on the Seven of Swords. He is stealing those swords from an army in the background so that they can't be used against him in battle. So, we are in a time where I do believe we have to be as tactical as possible. You can even see this, like I always tell people to pay attention to the world. Like, look at the major themes, look at the things that are going on right now. And when, if you notice, they're like everybody's worried about AI, but I keep telling people, number 1, AI really isn't that amazing yet. And number 2, it's like, how can you use it to your benefit? How can you use it to make you more successful and all this other stuff? So, again, are there things that you're not doing with the Seven of Swords? It doesn't have to be AI. I'm just giving you an example. It's like, are there things in life that you are not using? Again, I also say all the time that I believe we're in a time of leverage where the universe is really rewarding people who use leverage, who do things, maybe it's not about easy and it's not about not working hard, but it's saying, are you doing things like the smart way? Are you doing things the way that matters, right? And if you're doing things that matter, then you will see a lot of success. Again, I feel this is something you've learned over time with the Strength card, with good thing, basically having to put in work and, all that other stuff. But let's see. I feel like you've been very patient for results. New results is what I'm getting. With the Strength card, you have the Queen of Swords here. Yep, I knew it. I was like, I think you have the Queen of Swords twice, which you do. The funny thing is that she has her back to the past. And this last row represents the good stuff. So it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be good no matter what. But it's kind of funny to me because it's almost as if over here, you are having this idea about your future, and then we get to the end of the reading, and you're fully committed. And the reason I say this is because, again, she has her back to everything in the reading, which kind of suggests that now you're only focusing more towards the future, towards new things. So you could be, kind of looking at some ideas for your life that could lead to a lot of success. And yes, you have the star right here. You have the star twice as well in your reading. So that's really nice. Definitely the future. The star kind of represents, the star really represents the big picture, kind of represents, sorry, the camera is seeing my eyeball and it's trying to focus on it. But the star, it kind of represents, seeing a big picture, getting a bird's eye view of something. And I feel for a lot of you that having the star twice, especially in the center of the reading, I look at everything around here kind of as supporting cards. So they kind of support the message that's right here in the middle of the reading. And I feel for a lot of you that you're kind of looking at something bigger. Everybody gets a star right now. We do have Pluto and Aquarius. It's quite simple. I think if you're working on something that inspires other people, as I say to everyone, you're going to be very successful. And yes, I'm going to keep repeating myself, just so you know. With the Hangman, you have the Five of Cups. Yes, like it's like you're focusing on something that is dead, and I feel like you need to turn around. The Five of Cups, he's lost his taste for wine, and he's crying over those like 3 cups that are in front of him, but if he were just to turn around, he would find something better behind him. So I feel, again, everybody is stuck in this holding pattern of grieving the loss of something they once enjoyed, but it's like our old life. We're holding on to the old vibration. We need to get to the new one. Next, sorry, didn't want to do that. You have this card that says, don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. Yeah, number one, this Venus retrograde is at the end of Leo. It started at the end of Leo. Very toxic part of the sky. I'm pretty sure today, as of today, it's like at 28 degrees of Leo. And this part of Leo is, again, known for toxicity and, things like that. So, again, this is Chris's crappy astrology, but whatever. So again, I would avoid anything toxic in your life, including toxic people. You have this card that says, let go of the idea that you're not ready. Yes, we will never be ready for anything. I keep telling people this as well, that, we are in a time where you're not going to be ready, right? How many times have you heard me say, you don't have the Three of Wands in this reading, but, whenever the Three of Wands that shows up, I'm like, what are you waiting for? And, I think that, again, we are in a time where people could be waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So don't get caught, lacking here. Don't get caught, waiting for something to happen that isn't going to happen. Especially if you're working towards like a star, some sort of goal, wish, or dream. You have the Queen of Cups, the Star, and the Ten of Pentacles. Amazing. Really good stuff here. Some of you, would be a really good time to focus on healing. Again, I think that, with this Venus retrograde could be an amazing time for you to like focus on your health, or for you to, do anything that improves your health or any of that stuff. And sorry. and again, people keep giving me advice on this camera, but this camera, I dropped it. So that's why it's having a hard time. But anyway, I'm still waiting for my new one to show up. But, again, what I would say is I feel you need to watch your health at this time. I wouldn't be paranoid, or anything like that about that. That doesn't help. But again, I would just do the things that you do to stay healthy. We see that here. You have the Star twice, which is also kind of about health. But I also feel you could be, kind of moving towards some sort of goal, wish, or dream. I feel you have gotten a new perspective. Again, Hangman to the Star. Hangman, he has gained a new perspective, as in he has gained enlightenment. The Star would be the bird's eye view perspective. It's like you're seeing things from above. You're understanding how things are connecting in your life so that you can have this right here, the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Ten of Pentacles is building and leaving a legacy. Again, something, look at this, right here. This is why, right here. Because of this cow spirit, because of all the energy in Taurus. It is impossible for earth signs to not be working on building and leaving a legacy because of all the energy in Taurus. So, kind of like long-term things are going to be much more helpful for you. Long-term is going to be much more successful for you. Again, we have these, this next set of eclipses is going to end the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle that we started, last year, basically. But, I don't think that means that we're done with the Taurus energy. Again, the Taurus eclipse cycle taught us to be flexible. That's why all this Seven of Swords stuff comes up, for example, in the readings. It taught us to also like work towards things that are long term. Again, during those eclipse readings that I did for the Taurus eclipse last year, I was telling people no get rich quick schemes. Why? Because Taurus is slow and boring, right? And but again, the secret is that if you do slow and boring, you will build something that is 100 times more successful than, any get-rich-quick scheme could make you, right? With the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Swords here. I do feel there could be a person who has an eye on you. I wouldn't really say this is a love reading. I think there's love here, and as I always say, I think love is always available to us if we want it. We just have to go and get it. But I do feel like someone could have their eye on you. It could be an Aquarius, by the way. With the Star, you have the Emperor. Yeah. The Emperor, number one, I feel we see a lot of stuff in this reading that is encouraging you to take action. But I do feel like there could be a boss-like person who is interested in you, or again, would be interested in you. You could also just be getting a lot of attention. Again, you have the Star twice. So, you could, again, you might not be interested in love, but you could be finding that people are very interested in you. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords here. A lot of stuff on recovery here. Star twice, this. So I would say, make sure that you're taking some recovery time. Make sure that you're doing things that heal you, that fill you with energy, that make you feel more healthy. All those things would be really good. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Cow Spirit, says the miracles are endless. Love this card. You have this Whale Spirit, says trust in the great mystery. Yes, everything is working out. I do feel like it's kind of weird. Like, I feel people are very worried about the future, but also excited, but also worried about the future. So, I think we just have to trust that things are going in the right direction, even if it doesn't look like things are going in the right direction. It reminds me of YouTube. I was watching another YouTuber like a couple days ago, and he was going on and on. Like, he seemed like a little bit of a crazy person, actually, because he was worried about all these changes that are going on YouTube. Like, YouTube keeps messing up like crazy. There are all these bugs and like all this other stuff, and he was like he's all worried about it, and he's like doing videos about it now and all this other stuff. And it's like, I get it as a person who's pretty much on YouTube 24/7, right? What I would say is I get it, but at the same time, I don't even worry about what's going on with YouTube. I don't care about like views going down, earnings going down, any of that stuff, because I'm like, this is the energetic time we're in. It seems like things are going down, but actually probably things are improving. So I say this not to talk about YouTube. I say this because, again, if there are things in your life where it seems like they're going down, and, number one, don't look like a paranoid crazy person on YouTube, right? Bad look is what I will say, number one. Number two, again, things are going to get better, and, things are going to improve. So, and you really have to trust where you're being led to as well. So again, if you're on YouTube and you're like worried, there might be other things you can do to like diversify with the Nine of Wands. This is the good stuff right here. So everything that shows up here is going to be good no matter what. Nine of Wands is like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So again, I believe that these moments where it looks like things are going down in life, right? These are the moments where the universe is trying to say, like, okay, are you gonna like actually go do something else? Are you gonna figure out how to fix this some way? These are the moments where people come up with like crazy ideas on YouTube that actually are just so crazy they work. So again, use these moments to motivate you. Don't use to experiment with the Nine of Wands, to try new things. Don't use these moments as like, oh, things are going down, I'm screwed, right? That doesn't help anyone. You have the Queen of Swords. Again, you're seeing, I feel you are very future focused. I feel like you're very focused on, finding success in the future. Ten of Swords, something from the past. It's kind of funny because, again, this is the good stuff. And we'll talk about this in a good way, but it's almost like everything here is dead done over with. I feel, because Queen of Swords, very matter-of-fact energy, and again, she's in the good stuff going towards the future. It's like I feel like you are very much more focused on the future. It's like you're okay with things from the past being dead done over with. You're okay. It's like you're in this position of being okay. And also, this right here represents a blessing in disguise. Again, this is the time that we are in. We are in a time where it might look like things are getting worse, but actually things are getting better. So, I feel like you need to focus on like the good stuff. Focus on good things happening. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Swords here. Definitely could be separating away from something. Five of Swords, though, in the good stuff could represent you taking a risk that pays off. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. Again, yes, you see, again, just what I said. It's like you see this here as dead, done, over with. You're really kind of moving on to a new part of your life. It's like you're moving into, I just feel like you're moving into a new vibration, really, Virgo, is what it is. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Yep, could be a Knight in Shining Armor. Again, I wouldn't really call this a love reading. there could be love coming in for you, like, in the future. It's Venus retrograde anyway. Like, I wouldn't go rushing into anything. As I always tell people, don't let retrogrades control your life. If someone invites you out on a date, go. Just because it's Venus retrograde doesn't mean you shouldn't do stuff. And again, as I always say, what people don't understand about retrogrades is, like, it could go both ways. You could meet a person, but what I will say is that if something is going to fail with Venus retrograde, it will fail spectacularly. So, prepare yourself for that. But what I would say is if you go out on a date, and then after the retrograde, maybe things are different, but they could be different in a good way. So, I would say go on dates if people want to take you out or whatever. But I would also say the Knight of Cups is like some sort of dream. The Knight of Cups kind of represents you. He's normally looking into that cup and he's imagining his future life. And so you're more focused on the future, like I said. You have this May card and you have this vase that says Secret Admirer, Page of Swords. See, again, it's not like this is not a love-focused reading, but I do feel there is someone who has their eye on you, or you have your eye on a person. Maybe you've had your eye on them since May, or vice versa. Take it how it resonates. You have this fan card. It says Romance, Celebration, Party. You start with this card that says Celebration on it. And so I would encourage you that card says, as you see more success, don't use that as an excuse to stop having fun. I always talk about, like, if I stop going out, if I stop spending time with friends, if I only work, everything starts to go down, right? So again, if you are in a down period, maybe because you're not socializing, maybe it's because you're not, filling that fun bucket. And so I would get out and have fun. You have this Rose card. It says romance is in the air. Yes, I definitely feel there could be love coming in the future, or there's something like that. It's always funny when I say, oh, it's not a love reading, and then 900 love cards end up showing up, right? But whatever. You have this Valley card. It says deep personal strength and peace that assures success. When you get to this place of letting go, where you just don't care the outcome of things, that's when you truly become successful, because you're letting go of outcome. You know what I mean? It's like when you're truly not worried about what is happening. I watched some video about a lady who had a near-death experience, and it was kind of interesting because she was like, I don't know why. Like, I've watched a bunch of these videos for whatever reason, but just like the way she said this, like, she said that she was not afraid of death, and so she started taking bigger risks in her life, and she became super successful because of it. And I was like, damn. But the way she said it, I don't remember. I'll have to try to find it and post it. But the way she said it was like, man, she really does not fear death. Like, I can sit here all day long and say I don't fear death, but it's like, there are still things I'm afraid to do. And it's like, when you think about the things that you want to do with your life, everything probably boils down to the fear of you dying, right? It's like, that's what fight or flight is. It's like, it's from our caveman ancestors when they would get attacked by saber-toothed tigers, basically. So, it's like, when you think about it, every fear we have is just the fear of death. And, but she really, truly did not have it. And, I don't know, you could be developing that, overcoming that fear with this card, and realizing that nothing is controlling you. Nothing is holding you back except for yourself. I don't know. I feel pretty powerful about that. You have this Cat card. It says Two-Faced Friend. We are in a time of gossip. I've been saying this for 2 years now. So again, I would just ignore people. Do not take part in gossip. Just ignore it. You will win. If you try to defend yourself, the other side will make you look crazy, and then you will lose. So I keep telling people, if people are talking about you, if they're saying anything about you, just completely ignore it. Let it go, because then you will win. Plain and simple. But this looks very good, so thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.